Wherever we go, either in the form of a solid, liquid, or gas, we find water. Water is the substance that makes life possible as it is now. When astronomers study newly discovered planets, they spend hours trying to look for any hint of water being on that planet. Now, why would they do so? Because if water is there, then a living organism, or even a community, or even an ecosystem can live there. When these astronomers return home, they wash their hands and face, take a shower, and do laundry. Now, in all three of these activities that we so got accustomed to, water is involved. But many confuse that water is a simple form that we drink and use to take baths and go swimming, for that is how they seem in our daily lab. When we take a shower, we do not think of the hydrogen bonds that are taking place, nor do we think about the phenomenon called cohesion and adhesion. Meanwhile, water, in fact, is one of the complex substances, and is the only common substance to exist in the natural environment in all three physical states of matter. As I've said before, solid, liquid, and gas. In this video, we will explore water's unique chemical and physical properties. First of all, what is water made out of? Water consists of two hydrogens that are slightly positive and of an oxygen that is slightly negative. So in its molecular form, it would look like this. Although it's quite a bad drawing, please bear with me. So the oxygen being slightly negative, while the two hydrogens being slightly positive. Now this difference in charge makes water a polar molecule. This means that the charged ends of water will be attracted to the other ends of other molecules that are of the opposite charge. So positive will be attracted to negative, while negative is attracted to positives. And due to this polarity, water bonds. And this type of bond is called a hydrogen bond, a type of very weak covalent bond. Hydrogen bonds, due to their weakness in bond strength, break and form very frequently. Now this is a very important concept that I will later cover while talking about the three emergent properties of water. So this unique type of bond, the hydrogen bond, is what led to the complex and higher level of structural organization that exists today. So this is the basic molecular structure of water. Now let's talk about three properties of water and how they contribute to Earth's fitness for life. Cohesion is when hydrogen bonds hold a substance together. These linkages make water more structured than most other liquids, and through cohesion, surface tension exists, a measure of how difficult it is to stretch or break the surface of a liquid. Because of the relationship between cohesion and surface tension, walking on water for some organisms is possible, like the water strider. Now let's look into how cohesion works in a cell. It helps molecules hold together the column of water within cells. In relation to cohesion, there is another phenomenon called adhesion. Adhesion is the clinging of one substance to another, also known as capillary action. With adhesion, water molecules can resist the downward pull of gravity. An example of adhesion is when water clings to a paper towel. A more sophisticated example of adhesion is when you put a glass tube in water. The water molecules will stick to the sides of the tube, pulling the chain of other molecules with them. Next, the ability to moderate temperature and its high specific heat. How does water moderate temperature? It does so by absorbing heat from air that is warmer and releasing the stored heat to the air that is cooler. Heat is a form of energy, which is a measure of the matter's total kinetic energy due to the motion of its molecules. Water's high specific heat occurs because of the strong bonds between molecules. So even if it absorbs a lot of energy, the temperature does not change much. For example, temperature of lakes and big bodies of water does not change so often, creating a stable environment. Finally, water is the closest to being a universal solvent. A solvent is mostly a liquid that dissolves a solute to create a solution. Water, as a solvent, preserves chemical equilibrium within living cells. Water acts as a transport medium within organisms for nutrients and wastes and helps to reduce sudden temperature changes in plants and animals.
Put me arms right around ya. Can you give me the tightest hold me ever get in?
With these three characteristics, we can indeed see water as something more than what we use to wash our hands or what we simply drink. But these days, water might be on a possible short. And now that you all know the importance of water, hopefully you will start to preserve water or help preserve water. Thank you so much for listening.
Sweet little that'll yeah, in my life.